So we're going to start our yin practice in a seated position this evening. So if you need to, if you've got any particular discomfort in the back, you can lean against the wall, the bed, or maybe just a cushion underneath the back of your hips. Whatever feels right for you to find a comfortable seated position. Cross legs, or the legs can come in front. And if you are on your sitting bones, see if you can just lift the flesh of the bum up so that you've got the proper sitting bones onto the ground. And then just find a nice straight posture. So hands are going to come to the knees, and we're about to do a 60-minute yin practice. So we want the palms facing down. So we're going to work with feeling nice and grounded this evening. Releasing any of the tension, focusing quite a lot on the shoulders this evening. So for now, just relax the elbows, let them be heavy, let the hands fall into the knees, or if your legs are straight or a different way, then just letting the hands fall into the lap. Make the posture nice and tall. So imagine that you're trying to make your spine as long as possible. Lift your head up so that you've got a nice straight spine. And then option to keep the eyes in a soft look in front of you, or maybe just close the eyes gently. And before we start to move into the slow postures this evening, I want you to just check in with the body and what's happening for you. So just starting to notice the natural rate of the breath. Start to notice what energy it is that you're bringing to practice this evening. Not necessarily thinking about it, just starting to notice where your energy is today. Seeing if you can leave anything off the mat that's happened in the past. And just acknowledge that the space that you're on the mat or the carpet is exactly where you need to be right now. And then from a seated position, just starting to make some circles with the spine. So keep the spine nice and straight, but just start to circle the body round. So keeping the legs nice and heavy into the mat. Just start to move the body in one direction. Keep the eyes closed if you can. Starting to just very slowly work into the spine and the muscles around the back and the hips. And then when you're ready, take that in the opposite direction. So anti-clockwise or clockwise. Seeing if you can let the legs be heavy. We're just trying to move the body, the torso round. And one more big circle. And then when you're ready, I want you to find your center point. So naturally, some of us will lean forward, some of us will lean back. If we've got an injury on one side, you might lean naturally to the left or the right. Using the circle round, just see if you can find your center point where the base of your spine to the top of the head feels complete equilibrium. So a complete straight line right in the center. Keep the eyes closed and just start to notice the sitting bones into the ground. Option to set an intention here for the next 60 minutes. So this evening we're working with the mantra to surrender into the pose and let go of any tension that we consciously or subconsciously are holding on to. So maybe just setting a personal intention, something you're working towards in the practice. Option to dedicate the practice to somebody that needs your love and attention. And then when you're ready, you're going to very gently start to deepen the breath through the nose for the count of 4. And then at the top of the breath, hold the breath. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears, nice and heavy. And then when you're ready, slowly exhale up. Again, take a deep breath in for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of the breath. Try and make the throat nice and soft. And then exhale out. Maximizing the oxygen intake and seeing if you can really stimulate that rest and repair part of the body. So taking a deep breath in again for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath deeply. Make the arms nice and heavy, shoulders nice and heavy. And then exhale when you're ready. Inhale in for the count of 4, As you hold the breath at the top, relax the eyelids, relax the eyebrows. And then exhale, release. Take one more at your own pace. So taking a deep inhale this time for as long as you can. So maybe count to 4. See if you can take a further inhale. And then when you've got full lung capacity, just hold the breath. Start to notice the oxygen as it starts to spread throughout the body. And then when you feel as if you need to let go, exhale out the breath. Seeing if we can stick with that 3-way breath for the rest of the practice. So I will guide you and remind you, but seeing if you can bring your attention to that inhale, hold, and exhale at your own pace for the rest of your time on the mat. So starting to work into the arms here. On the inhale, we're going to inhale the shoulders towards the ears. We're then going to hold the breath at the top. Keep the shoulders as high as you can. And then on the exhale, you're going to slowly roll the shoulders down the back, bring the shoulder blades together, and then come back down to neutral. And again, on the inhale, let's bring our shoulders up towards the ears. Hold, keep the eyes closed. And then on the exhale, roll them shoulders, rolling away all that tension from the shoulders. Inhale, shoulders up. Hold at the top. Make sure the legs are nice and heavy. And then on the exhale, roll the shoulder blades down. One more inhale, shoulder to ears. Hold at the top. And then exhale down. Now taking it a little bit quicker this time. We're going to inhale up, exhale down. So not holding the breath this time, just inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, really imagine that you're trying to shine your heart towards the front. So on the inhale, the shoulders go towards the ears. On the exhale, your shoulders go back so the shoulder blades pinch together and then forward. So nice big circles with them shoulders. Continuing your own pace as you inhale up, exhale down and round. Seeing if you can take it nice and slow. Take one more of these. Inhale, shoulders towards the ears. Exhale, roll it back down. This time you're going to place the left hand just gently on the floor to the side. With the right hand, you're going to reach up towards the sky. Gently look towards your right hand if that feels right for the neck. Any pinching or pain at the back of the neck, then just look towards the floor. Otherwise, you're going to gently reach that the right hand over towards the left. Keep the body shining forward, so we still want the chest to be nice and straight. Imagine you're trying to show your armpit off towards the front of the body, the front of the mat. And then gently reach that right hand over. Keep the right hand nice and active, so spread the fingers and reach over. And find a point where you can come to a place of stillness. Seeing if you can find a nice stretch for down that right side. And then you can either keep the gaze at the hand. For me, that's a bit too much pressure on my neck, so I'm just going to look down to the floor instead. So just pick what's right for you. Hold that arm. And just start to notice the difference between the right and the left arm. Connect back in with the 3-way breath. Let's take a deep inhale in. Hold at the top. And as you exhale out, see if that right arm can just reach a little bit more towards the left, deepen in the stretch. Inhale deeply. Hold. And exhale. Now the right arm might start to get a little bit tired. See if you can use the breath to just hold it a little bit further. Take one more deep inhale in. Hold. And then on the exhale, see if you can let that right hand go all the way down towards the floor. And then using your hands like little spiders, walk your hands in front, past the center point, and then coming all the way over to the right. So right hand into the ground this time, left hand nice and slow, reach up towards the sky. Make sure that the spine's nice and straight. Relax the sitting bones. So the legs are maybe going to want to try and do something here. Just see if you can let the legs be completely heavy. We're trying to isolate the parts of the body and the shoulder and the side of the left side of the back. So on the inhale, reach up with that left arm. And then on the exhale, see if you can reach over towards the right. Finding that nice stretch down the left side of the body. Again, option to look towards your left hand. That doesn't feel great for my neck. So see if you can just tune into what your body's telling you. You listen to it, it will tell you what feels right and what doesn't. I'm going to look to the ground to take pressure off the neck, but see if you can just find a place. Remembering to shine that chest forward. So we don't want the left arm to come in front of the face. We want it to be nice and stretched out to the side. On the inhale, take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. And then on the exhale, see if you can take that arm a little bit further. So really sitting with any of that tension down the left side of the shoulder. Use the breath. Continue at your own pace, counting for 3 inhales. So inhale, hold, exhale. Again, when that left arm feels as if it's getting a little bit tired, reach forward, reach to the right with that left hand. Take a deep breath. And then when you're ready, let that left hand fall to the ground. Gently walk it forward and then gently walk it back. This time on the inhale, you're going to sweep your hands up either side, above your head to prayer. And then on the exhale, let's bring it down to heart center. And again, inhale. As you reach up, see, imagine if you can make yourself as tall as possible. Feel the ribs flare out as you fill the belly with air. And then on the exhale, feel the sitting bones into the ground. On the inhale, sweep the arms up. On the exhale, hands to heart. So see if you can do this with your eyes closed. This is a yin practice and really slow. So see if you can focus on the breath as you take a deep breath in. Hands come to prayer over the head. Option to hold the breath there. And then when you're ready, exhale. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Continuing that at your own pace. Acknowledging that the mind might want to do the next task. Might feel agitated doing something so slow. That's normal. Keep your attention on the breath. And moving the body nice and slow. Just a few more of these. Really use the breath to guide you. On the next inhale, as you reach up, see if you can hold the breath at the top. Reaching up to the skies if you're trying to grab something really tall. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Taking the hands in. Circle the wrists in one direction. And then let's circle in opposite direction. So starting to get a bit of blood flow into the wrists and the forearms. Change direction again. And then change direction. If your legs are crossed, then gently change in the legs. So if left foot's in front of left, swap to right. If your legs are in front, just make sure that you feel nice and comfy. You need to take any adjustments, then take them now. And then placing the right hand on the right shoulder. The left hand's just going to rest in the knee or the lap for now. We're going to make sure that we're nice and tall. So making sure that you're in your center point. So you might need to rock left and right, forward and back, just to find your center point so you feel nice and tall. Seeing if you can keep the body still, we're going to isolate the right shoulder. So hand is going to be heavy into the shoulder. And then on the inhale, you're going to bring the elbow forward. And then we're going to draw a big circle with that elbow, taking it up past the ear and then right back round. So try not to let the body go with it. The body might want to turn right as well as the shoulder does. Seeing if you can isolate the body so the body's completely still and the shoulder and the elbow is the only thing that's moving. So on the inhale, take the elbow forward, up past the ear, and then on the exhale, back round. So nice and slow, really use the breath. Shoulders can be held a lot of tension, especially with responsibility, which this year I feel like everyone is collectively feeling responsible to try and fix what's happening. Seeing if you can just let go of any of that tension by slowly isolating that shoulder muscle and taking that elbow nice and round. And then after your next big circle, we're going to change direction. So this time on the inhale, the elbow is going to go back away from you, up and then forward. Nice and slow. The idea is not to create any fire or burn any calories. The idea here is to really slow the movement down, slow the breath down, and bring the body to a natural place of healing. Taking a couple more of these really big. See if you can imagine that elbows drawn a circle as big as possible. And then when you've done your last circle, gently release both hands onto the knees. Close down the eyes and just notice the difference between the right shoulder and the left shoulder. See if you can drop your shoulders away from the ears a little bit further. And an option to keep the eyes closed or just gently blink them open halfway. Left your hand's going to come onto the left shoulder this time. And the same on the opposite. So on the inhale, move the elbow up to in front of the face. Take it up to the ear and then back around. So you might notice that one side's different than the other. So for me, this side is a little bit, my body wants to move with it a little bit more than on the right. So just notice and use the breath. Really start to isolate that shoulder as you draw big circles with the elbow. The more you use the breath, the deeper you'll go into the pose. So inhaling deeply. Exhale as you finish that circle. Take one more big circle. Start to listen to what that shoulder is telling you. And then when you're ready, change direction. This time the inhale, elbow goes back, up and round. Again, one side might feel quite different. Just start to be curious about where your body is holding tension. Remembering the breath, deep belly breath. Send the breath down to the belly. As you exhale, exhale through the nose. Take one more really big circle. And then when you're ready, release the hands to the knees. Take some circles again with the body. So just circling the body round before we start to come down to the mat. So seeing if you can make the movements a little bit intuitive. Maybe using the shoulders, bending the elbows. Really get into the parts of the spine that are quite often rigid as we're walking or sitting. Seeing if you can take it round, maybe flowing a little bit from side to side. Really starting to get into all them muscles and ligaments and all the tension that comes around the back. And then when you're ready, gently come back to a seated posture. Releasing the legs in front of you. Keep a bend in the knee, Hands can come either side just to catch it. And then we're going to very slowly windscreen wipe the legs. So feet should be about hip width distance. Make sure that you're sitting nice and tall and you feel nice and straight in the spine. On the inhale, let the knees fall over to the left. And then see if you can just leave them there for the exhale. And then one full breath in and out. On the next inhale, take the knees back to center. And then over to the right. Hold there for a full breath. On the next inhale, take the knees up and then over to the left. Start to notice any sensations in the hips or the legs. As you gently move from side to side, inhaling over to the right this time. And then taking it at your own pace between left and right. Seeing if you can really let the legs be heavy on each side with each breath. Taking a couple more each side. And then when you're ready, very gently bringing the knees back up. And then we're going to come down to the mat. So coming down to the mat with a bend in the knee. Feet are going to be into the mat. I'm going to work on releasing some tension from the legs. So finding a nice place on the mat where your spine is nice and connected to the ground. Move the camera slightly so you can see it a little bit better. So option to keep the eyes closed so that the attention remains inwards. Helps if you can see the full body. There we go. So with the knees bent, you're going to straighten the right leg towards the sky. See if you can walk your shoulders away from your ears so your spine's nice and straight. Then I want you to really straighten that right leg as much as you can. If you have tight hamstrings or quads, then you might find this quite challenging, but see if you can find a place of stillness. The hands can come either side of the body, or you can place the hands on top of the stomach. If your hands are on your stomach as you take an inhale, see if you can really feel the belly filling with air. As you exhale, straighten that right leg a little bit further. And then on the next breath, you're going to see if you can take that right leg slightly over to the left. So it might just be a couple of centimeters. You should start to feel some of the muscles in the right of the leg. So when we start to feel that tension, that's where we hold and breathe. As we breathe, we send oxygen to that part of the body, telling the nervous system to relax and let go of any of the tension. On the inhale, take that right leg back to a neutral, straight leg. And then option to take it slightly over to the right. Again, just an inch, centimeter, just a very small amount can make a big difference. Hold there for a full breath. And then release that right leg down to the ground. Keep the eyes closed and just start to notice the difference between the left and the right leg. As you take a deep breath in, straighten the left leg to the sky this time. Continuing to breathe in deeply, hold the breath, and then exhale. Option to take that right leg very slightly to the right. Just changing the dynamic of the muscle stretch. Hold there for a full breath. Let the body be heavy. And then take that left leg very slightly to the left. Even just a little bit of movement. And really get into a deep stretch into that left leg. Hold there for a breath. And then when you're ready, hold both knees into the chest and give yourself a hug. A rock and a roll side to side and really start to massage into the lower back. Taking nice swings from side to side. Maybe take circles with the knees. And then change direction with the circles with the knees. And then gently release the feet back down to the mat. Taking a bridge, we're going to push the feet into the floor. And then on the inhale, you're going to gently lift your hips off the ground. Option to take the hands behind you to the floor. And then on the exhale, lower the hips and the hands back down. Inhale, gently lift the hips and the hands. Exhale, lower back down. Just two more of these, nice and gentle. Use the breath. On the inhale, really lift the hips to the sky. On the exhale, lower back down. And then last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down. Gently pause here for a second and just take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. And then exhale out. Gently rocking over onto your right side. Use your hands to push yourself up. And then you're going to grab some cushions to do a supported pose here. So we're going to do a supported heart opener. So if you've got cushions or pillows, just grab them. If you've got like a long cushion or a long pillow, that would be more ideal. Or a bolster. So we want to set the cushions up so that when we come to lie back, our heart is going to be open with the cushion. So if you've got a long cushion or maybe some pillows, just prop them behind you so that when you lie down, your spine is going to be completely supported by the cushion. So walk in the base of your spine to the bottom of the cushions and then gently lowering yourself down. If you don't have cushions, then that's fine. You can just do this without the cushions as well. Gently lowering back down so that you can place the cushion in between the back of the heart. So the idea here is the front of the heart space, but opening up towards the sky. Arms are going to fall either side for now with the palms facing forward. And I want you to remember that this is your practice. So just find, maybe grab another cushion, maybe take an adjustment, maybe less cushions, maybe just laying on the floor. Whatever it is that feels right to you, find yourself in a position where you feel as if your heart is very gently opening up towards the sky. Option with the feet, you can keep the feet into the ground if that feels right, or you can place the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out to the side. Close down the eyes if they've opened. Take any adjustments that you need so you're not distracted. Let the arms be heavy by the side of the hips for now. And then let's come back to the breath together. So breathing together to really create this energy force. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath at the top. And then exhale, release. Inhaling deeply. Hold at the top. And then exhale out. Continue at your own pace with that three-way breath. Inhaling deeply. Hold. And as you exhale, just see if you can let your shoulders sink a little bit more into the cushions or the ground. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. Start to notice any challenging thoughts which are distracting or maybe questioning why you're doing such a slow practice. See if you can give yourself permission to completely stop. Let go into the pose and just relax a little bit deeper. Option to keep the arms there if that feels enough for you. Otherwise, you can join me by reaching the hands up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, you're going to cactus the arms down so the elbows come towards the ground. And the hands are going to come back kind of in line with the face. So you can place your hands out like a T, or you can place them like a cactus wherever they fall. So here we're really starting to open up into the front of the heart, the front of the shoulders, and the muscles around the top of the pecs and the chest. So letting the arms fall wherever feels natural. See if you can start to feel that chest opener. And then come back to the three-way breath. Taking a deep inhale in. Hold. And exhale. Continue with that at your own pace. Notice the body in complete stillness. As with every exhale, you let your body melt a little bit more into the mat. Make sure the eyelids are heavy as you continue to breathe. Option to start visualizing the space around the front and the back of the heart space. See if you can visualize the color green, maybe the shade of green. Is it bright? Maybe more neutral? Maybe any movement of the color around the chest area and the back of the heart. Gently repeat to yourself silently in your mind and release any negative energy. And release any negative energy. Let the arms be a little bit heavier. Let the shoulders melt a little bit further into the mat. Release the forehead. Release the jaw. If you've lost the breath, then start again with the inhale. Hold the breath and exhale. Continuing with the three-way breath. Seeing if you can breathe a little bit longer each time. Continue with the breath at your own pace. And then with the arms, when you're ready, we're going to take the counter pose. So keeping the body exactly where it is. On the inhale, I want you to reach the hands towards the sky. And on the exhale, you're going to cross your hands over in front of the chest. So the left hand is if it's reaching towards the right, and the right is if it's reaching towards the left. Find a place where you can let the arms cross over on the front of the chest and just be completely heavy. So we've opened the heart towards the sky. This time we're opening the back of the heart towards the ground. Wherever your arms and elbows fall, see if you can just let the arms cross over the chest, completely heavy. Closing the eyes, make sure the eyebrows and forehead are nice and relaxed. Start to notice any sensations under the arms and the chest. As you breathe in, see if you can send the breath down to the belly. As you exhale out, let the body be a little bit heavier into the floor. Let's pick the breath back up. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold. And exhale. Continue with the breath at your own pace. And then with the arms, very gently unwrap the arms. And then whichever way they were folded, just fold them the opposite way. So that it's left on top of right or opposite way. Continuing there for a few more deep breaths. Taking one more round of breath, no rush. And then gently unraveling the arms. Using the arms to push yourself backward. An option to roll off the cushions. And then I want you to take any movement that feels intuitive. So maybe a counter pose could be a twist, maybe a stretch up towards the sky. Start to really tune into what your body wants and move whatever way your body tells you it needs to. And then moving the cushions to the side for a moment. We're going to come to reverse pigeon on the ground. So option to take full pigeon if that's in your practice. But as it's yin, I'm going to do a bit more of a restorative, slower version in reverse pigeon. So lying on your back. Keep a bend in the right knee. We want the left foot to come to the right knee. So the sole of the foot is pointing towards the right and the knee is nice and bent. Take the head and the shoulders down to the mat. And then bring that right knee as close as you can towards the chest. You can grab the back of the right leg if it's available to you. If it's not, then just gently pull that right leg closer towards the body as much as you can. Taking any adjustments you need so that you feel as if you're getting a nice stretch in the left hip. So maybe the side of the glute, maybe the hamstrings. Find a place where you can, on the inhale, feel nice and heavy in the mat. And then on the exhale, just gently bringing that right leg a little bit closer towards the chest. Relax the right foot if it's flexed. In fact, relax both feet. This is a passive pose, so it's nice and heavy. Continuing to breathe in. On the exhale, see if you can bring that right leg a little bit closer towards the chest. Using the breath to go a little bit deeper within the pose. Releasing any tension from the hips. Restore emotions in our hips. So without doubt that this year everyone's got a lot of high emotions. Seeing if you can just gently take that stretch a little bit further to release that tension. Option to grab hold of the right shin rather than the back of the leg if that feels right for you. Again, listen to your body. It's the best way to know if you're doing it right or not. Find a place of stillness, and we're going to hold this for a few moments. So seeing if you can find a place where you can really settle into the pose. Use the breath to remain focused. Breathe in a little bit deeper each time. Bringing that right leg a little bit closer each time. And feeling a little bit more grounded into the mat each time. Take one more full cycle of breath with a deep inhale. Hold the breath. And then on the exhale, just release that leg to the ground. Take the left leg to the sky and just do some circles with the ankle. Gently place that left foot back down to the mat. And then changing sides, right foot comes up, bend that right foot on top, bend the right leg, bend right foot on top of left knee. And then when you're ready, bring that left knee closest towards the chest, starting to get a stretch into the right hip this time. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. And then on the exhale, bring that left leg a little bit closer towards the chest. So really getting deep into the hips here. Find your place of stillness for this pose. Let the body be soft. Bring the focus back to the breath as you inhale in. Hold and exhale. Continuing to breathe at your own pace. With every exhale, see if you can go a little bit further into the pose. Making sure the eyebrows are nice and heavy, the forehead is nice and relaxed. The back of the head is nice and heavy into the mat. Take one more cycle of breath here. Don't rush to finish the breath. And then after your next exhale, gently release both legs. Straighten the right leg and just circle the right ankle. And then straightening the legs down the mat, setting yourself up for corpse pose, Shavasana. Feet are mat width with the feet falling out. Hands either side of the body with the palms faced up. Option to place a cushion under the back of the knees for your Shavasana. Finding a place of comfort for yourself. See if you can walk the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure the feet are nice and wide. And wherever the hands have fell either side of the body, just take them a little bit further away from the body. Palms are faced up to receive the healing energy. Gently close the eyes if they've opened. And before we start Shavasana, I want you to take any adjustments that you need. So any itches, any scratches, any movements, any wriggles, whatever it is that you need. Maybe you need to go grab a cushion, maybe a pillow, turn the light off. Anything that you need to do now to give yourself permission to completely let go in Shavasana. And then for Shavasana, I want you to gently let go of any awareness of the breath. Let the natural rate of breath take over. Instead, bringing your awareness to the body, ensuring the eyes are closed. Reminding yourself of the dedication to come to practice, to move the body in the poses, to release any tension, working forward to this moment where you can completely let go of any expectation of anywhere you need to be. Starting to notice the weight of the body. Started to notice the weight of the head into the ground. Any sensations around the scalp or the forehead. You're imagining some warm lavender oil being massaged onto your temples. As you gently feel any tension, any pain, any tiredness. Just gently slip away. Noticing the heaviness of the eyeballs and the eye sockets. Relaxing the eyebrows. Starting to notice the jaw. See if you can gently release the jaw with a small gap in between the teeth. Relax the tongue into the mouth. And let the jaw be completely heavy. Starting to notice the weight of the throat, the front and the back of the neck. Starting to visualize the colour blue in the throat. Clear like water. As you remind yourself that you should always and will always speak your truth. No matter if other people don't agree. Knowing that you're always safe to speak what is your truth. Starting to notice the shoulders, imagining some warm hands pushing down gently on the shoulders as they gently relax into the mat a little bit further. Starting to notice the heartbeat in the chest and the weight of the front to the back of the chest. Starting to notice the weight of the stomach, the rise and fall with the breath. Starting to notice the weight of the hips, any sensations in the left or the right side of the hip, the back of the glutes. Starting to notice the weight of the left leg, the thigh, down to the knee. Noticing the weight of the right leg, all the way down the thigh to the knee and the feet. Starting to feel the weight of the full body into the mat. Acknowledging the power of corpse pose. Giving yourself full permission to rest and restore from the constant busyness of the world, the craziness of 2020. Drown me in waves of forgetfulness, where I own no fingers or toes, where I cannot tell if music still plays or if silence is enough. My tongue sticks like cotton candy, dissolving against the roof of my mouth. I wait for sackcloth and ashes, and shanty, 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 to fully feel peace. To feel loss is one thing, but to mourn, to be ravaged by homesickness for a person. There is no law that mourning must be done for the dead alone. Starting to give yourself permission to benefit from the last few moments of Shavasana. Silently repeat to yourself in your mind, and fully surrender to Shavasana. You gently start to deepen the breath. Start to bring your awareness to the temperature of the room. Start to notice any sounds. Maybe sounds inside the house, maybe passing by outside. Start to lengthen the inhale and exhale. And then before you come out of Shavasana, just start to reflect on your intention that you set at the start of class. Acknowledge any gratitude for the practice of yoga and gratitude for yourself for dedicating time to sit with the breath, sit with the poses, and make it a part of your lifestyle. As you start to wiggle your fingers and toes, start to rock the head from side to side. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto your left side, the yin side of the body. Tuck yourself up into a little ball with the knees to chest. And then only when you're ready, start to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. See if you can move as slow as possible.
Critical battery, please charge.
And then when you found a comfortable seated position, take any adjustments that you need to before we finish and close the practice. So maybe come into a cross-legged position, maybe finishing with your back against the wall. Hands are going to come to the knees and we're going to place the palms face down. And then we're going to start to take circles again with the body. Seeing if you can take them a little bit slower and a little bit more fluid. Notice any difference than when you did this at the start of class. And then again, see if you can make the move a little bit intuitive. Maybe bring in the elbows and the shoulders. You start to move the body again. And then change direction. Start to bring the awareness back into the body as we move the spine all the way around. And then when you're ready, very gently come back to a neutral spine. On the inhale, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. And on the exhale, we're going to cactus the arms out either side. Seeing if you can drop the elbows, pinch the shoulder blades together. On the inhale, hands to prayer at heart center. On the exhale, cactus. On the inhale, hands to prayer, an option to just gently look at your hands. On the exhale, take the gaze up towards the sky and cactus the arms. Inhale, prayer, gaze to the hands. Exhale, cactus. Gently look up to the sky, ready to drop them elbows. Continue at your own pace with these for a few more. Starting to warm up in that heart space again. We finish the practice with lots of gratitude. Taking a couple more of them, really. Cactus the arms out as much as you can. Imagine trying to shine the chest forward, pinch the shoulder blades together. Taking one more. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, cactus. This time we're going to pause at cactus. Keep a nice neutral spine, so gaze at something in front of you. Pinch the shoulder blades together, spread the fingers really wide. Drop the elbows a little bit deeper. And then on the inhale, you're going to reach the arms up, straight up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, bring them down to cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. One more, inhale, reach up. Exhale, gently release the hands back down to the knees. Palms down on the knees towards the ground so we feel nice and grounded. This time we're going to tuck the chin to the chest. Close down the eyes if that feels right. And then we're going to start to take circles with the neck. So on the inhale, take the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then take the head all the way back. Right ear comes to the right shoulder. Then back chin to chest. Nice and slow. Inhale left. Exhale right ear and then chin back to the chest. Taking this a couple more times. Start to notice any points of tension in the neck that don't feel quite right. Maybe they've got a little bit of tension there. Use the breath to move through these parts. And then when you're ready, change direction. First, we're going to go to the right, and then back, and then the left. Really use the breath here. Deep inhale in. Exhale out. Taking one more big circle with that neck. And then when you're ready, keep the chin tucked to the chest. Close the eyes and let the head be heavy. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. One more with the chin to the chest. On the next inhale, gently lift the head back up to a neutral gaze. On the inhale, sweep the hands up above the head to prayer. And on the exhale, bring the hands down, center line through prayer at heart center. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Hold at the top. And then exhale out. Inhaling deeply. Hold at the top. And then exhale out. One more. Inhaling deeply. Hold the breath. Feel the body in complete stillness. And then exhale out. Keeping the hands at prayer. Gently look down to the hands. Being grateful for yourself for dedicating time to the practice. Being grateful for the breath. Knowing the breath is there for you whenever you need it. Remembering to always speak your truth and be the most genuine version of yourself that you can be. Gently bringing the hands at prayer to the third eye. May you have an evening and a week with kind thoughts to yourself. Hands come to the lips. May you have an evening and a week where you feel as if you have got good communication with those around you. Hands come to the heart. May you stay happy, healthy, and well. Thank you for letting me guide you through practice. The light in me sees and knowledge of the light in you. Balance the practice into each other. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.